Hi guys, my name is Jamar Sheffy. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I own and operate Tastefully Blessed Catering and part own and operate Holy Smokes Barbecue. Been a chef for over 20 years now and thoroughly enjoy it. On this show, I'm going to cook and prep some of my most requested favorite dishes. And today what we're going to start with is our blackened shrimp, cucumber bites, Parmesan crusted chicken, roasted potatoes, and balsamic vegetables. We're going to end it with a fun dessert with a Oreo parfait. And let's go ahead and let's get right into it. All right guys, we're gonna get right into it. Today what we have for our appetizer will be the blackened shrimp cucumber bite. This appetizer is probably the most requested appetizer I have for weddings and private events. So we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. So we're gonna take our pre-cooked shrimp, a dash of olive oil, just a little bit, not too much. And then what you wanna take is some Cajun seasoning. Couple pinches of that, and you want to take your garlic, pepper, and salt. And once you have that mixed up, you simply want to mix it together. And you can go a little heavy on the Cajun and season as well. You want to get a nice red color to it, and just continue to mix that in the bowl. Now once you have that done, you simply want to place the shrimp aside. And then go ahead, we go take our sliced cucumbers that I've already have sliced here. And when doing this, you just kind of want to make it nice and fancy. You could do any type of design you like, just simple. And again, this is probably the most requested dish I have when I'm doing weddings and private events and parties. Great party pleaser. All right. Now for our cream, what we want to do is we want to take the same seasonings that we seasoned the shrimp with and put it into your sour cream. A little Cajun seasoning, a little salt, pepper, and garlic. And you just want to take that and mix it in together. And again, don't be too shy on the Cajun seasoning. And then just mix that in real good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this sour cream and we're going to put a dollop of sour cream on top of the cucumber. Now you can use a piping bag, any bag like that, but I like to just simply use a spoon. And it's best if the sour cream is nice and chilled before you start. And again, just a nice little dollop on top of each cucumber. And you kind of want to move kind of fast here. You don't want that sour cream to start warming up on you and then it starts to kind of melt on the cucumber and then it kind of gets messy. So you kind of want to move kind of fast here. And again, you can also take this, you can serve it in 2-ounce shooter cups if you like. It's definitely best to have that served when you're doing large parties. Just easier to eat, easier to manage. But if you're doing something at home with a few friends, things like that, this is definitely the way to go. All right, now that we have that complete, we're going to take our shrimp and you're simply going to place it on top of each cucumber with the sauce. And again, you kind of want to move kind of fast here. You don't want your sour cream to soften up too much and it starts to drip all over your tray. Now, if you don't want to get your hands messy, you can always just use a tongue. Now there you have it. Now what we're going to do for the garnish for this appetizer is we're simply going to take some dill and we're going to break off just a little bit and we're going to place that right on top of the shrimp. And again, not too much, just a nice amount on top of each cucumber bite. They're amazing, they're simple to make. Anyone can do them. My daughter actually helps me do these when I make them. And she is 5. So if she can do it, you can definitely do it. And there you have it. You have your cucumber shrimp bites. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the main course. What I have here for you today, we're going to prepare Parmesan crusted chicken, balsamic roasted vegetables, and we're also going to prepare roasted potatoes. And here we have some parsley, we have some dill mint, we have flour, your eggs, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, garlic, which every kitchen should have. We have red potatoes, red onions, zucchini, and squash. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken prepped. And when you do the chicken, always make sure you have an extra plate once you take it through the flour, egg, and Parmesan mixture. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and whisk the eggs up. And the reason for this flour, egg, and then breading or Parmesan cheese or whatever you're going to do it with, it really holds the moisture of whatever meat that you're using. It holds traps those juices right into there. So we go ahead and we're going to start with the chicken. Now I'm using chicken tenderloins. The reason why I use chicken tenderloins or chicken breasts, they cook relatively fast. So if you're in a pinch or you're looking to really whip something up real fast, you go ahead and use chicken breast or chicken tenderloin. So what I do is I just go ahead and put a couple pieces of chicken into the flour, mix it up real good, and then it goes right into the egg. And what you want to do is when you're dipping the chicken, you want to use your left hand or right hand, or whether you're working left to right or right to left. And then you want to take your other hand and put it to the Parmesan cheese. All right, so you're just gonna make sure that chicken gets in the egg and make sure it's nice and dredged in there. Make sure the flour is completely covered. Then you wanna take your dredged tenderloin and put it into your Parmesan cheese. Now this dish is my favorite because it's easy to make, tons of flavor. Again, one of the most requested dishes that people ask when I do weddings in Pittsburgh. Then you just simply want to take your Parmesan cheese and make sure it's covered in the Parmesan cheese. Make sure the chicken is covered. All right, now once that's done, now you don't want to pound it too hard, but you want to make sure some of that Parmesan cheese is sticking onto the chicken. Just a little pat will do. And again, you want to make sure you have an extra plate here to put your chicken on. All right, and obviously after you touch chicken, you want to go ahead and make sure you wash your hands. So again, the chicken doesn't take too long. This recipe really takes maybe about 10 to 12 minutes total between prep time and cook. All right, guys, here I am with the preheated pan with some butter and our breaded chicken. Now I like to use butter because it actually browns the Parmesan cheese a lot better, and I like the flavor. But you're also more than welcome to use olive oil or any oil that you like. So we're gonna go ahead and get that butter melted. Then you want to take your chicken tenderloin, just place it in the pan. Now you want to have your heat on more like a medium, not too high because you don't want to burn it too much. Now I really like making this chicken dish again because it's very easy to make. It's very tasteful. Definitely something I like to make when I'm in a pinch trying to cook for the wife and kids at home. And it's just very enjoyable. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and flip my first piece of chicken. And then you might have to flip it over a few times once you get your desired brownness that you like. So again, you kind of want to let it sit there. You don't want to move it too prematurely. A lot of times if you try to move it too soon, what'll happen is the cheese will come off the chicken. So you want to give it about 30 seconds to 40 seconds. And then simply, if you want to check your brownness, just simply get your spatula under the chicken. And then whenever you reach your desired brownness, you can go ahead and take it off. So what I'm going to prepare is the roasted potatoes along with the chicken. And a trick I like to do is to go ahead and saute our roasted potatoes in olive oil, because a lot of times, sometimes the potatoes won't get brown like you like it into the oven. So a trick I like to do is to saute the potatoes to get a little brownness before we put it in the oven. And as you can see, the chicken's browning up. Nice crisp to it. All right, we're just gonna wait till the other side gets a little bit more brown, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw it in the oven. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn the heat down. Actually, we'll go ahead and turn it off. And that's pretty much all you wanna do with it. You don't wanna spend too much time in the saute pan. Again, the purpose of putting it in here is to get a nice crispy outer breading to it. All right, and that's actually perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and place it on our sheet pan. All right, just like this. And it's also a good thing, this is something you can prep the day before and put it in the oven the next day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab the potatoes. And this is a preheated pan with some olive oil. And we're gonna take our salt, pepper, and garlic and just get a few sprinkles on there. Now you can put as much salt, pepper, garlic as you like. And again, the purpose of this is to get the potatoes, get them a nice brown. And again, you wanna have them in the pan maybe about 5 to 7 minutes. And this also will quicken the cook time in the oven. You wanna make sure all the potatoes are covered in the olive oil and the seasoning. And those start to turn brown pretty quickly. And then when you're done with the potatoes, you want to keep the same pan because we're going to do the same thing with the zucchini, squash, and onions. And since it's already pre-seasoned, it'll be perfect for it. And again, as you can see the potatoes start to brown a little bit. And then what you want to do is you just want to simply throw these on the same sheet pan as your chicken. Let's go ahead and lay them on here. And then we're going to keep the same pan and we're going to do the zucchini and squash in the same pan since it's already hot with the onions. Take your squash, the zucchini, and your onion. So we're going to keep the medley into the pan. We'll take a little bit more olive oil. And we're going to take our salt, pepper, and garlic. Just a little light seasoning. Now with the zucchini, squash, and onions, you don't want to cook them too long. You want to make sure you zucchini and squash, it has a nice little crunch to them. You don't want them to get soggy. So what we're going to do, we're just simply going to go ahead and just toss this around, make sure the seasoning's all over it. And we're just going to let it saute for about 2 or 3 minutes, and we're just going to turn the fire off under it. And again, this is super simple, super easy. I mean, the total cook time for this whole meal, again, is maybe 20-25 minutes. Even better if you can prep it the day before. It's a nice, healthy dish. All right, and that's pretty much all we're going to do with the vegetables. We're going to go ahead and turn the fire off. And we're just going to let it sit in the pan. We'll go ahead and take our chicken and potatoes and put it right in the oven. Now your chicken might get done a little faster than your potatoes, which is okay, but the potatoes won't be too far behind. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the dessert while our chicken and our potatoes are in the oven. What I have for you today, we're going to prepare an Oreo parfait. Here we have cream cheese, we have crushed up Oreos, and we also have heavy cream. So what we're going to do is going to take your cream cheese. This is a very, 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 very simple dessert to make. It's very versatile. You can do Oreo parfaits, you could do peach cobbler, you could do apple pie, you can put it with fruit trays. You could pretty much do anything with it. Very simple recipe. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna throw some Oreos in here. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and place it on our KitchenAid. All right, so we want to make sure when you start this, you kind of start it off slow, and we want to really whip the cream cheese up first before we start adding the heavy cream. You want to really get that loose, and just take it slowly. You know, take it up a notch, and then when you have that mix, just take it up a little more. So again, you only need about 15 to 20 seconds on here. And we want to go here. We want to turn it down all the way to the lowest setting. Now with this filling, to each his own. You can make it thick, you can make it thin. I prefer to have it thick, and you want to add the heavy cream in there slowly. Now you don't want to do it too fast because you don't want it going across the room on you. And then you just want to slowly turn it up. All right, now once you get that mixed in real good, we're going to turn it down again. And we're going to add just a little bit more heavy cream in here. Now you want to kind of turn this one up a high, get it nice and whipped. Let's not forget our powdered sugar. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mix this in. And what you want to do is you can have it as thin or as thick as you like. So that's going to be totally up to you. I like mine on the thicker side, so we're going to go ahead and add it in. All right, guys, now that we have done the appetizers and the entree, we're going to go ahead and dig into the fun part of the show, the desserts. And what we have here, I'm going to prepare, is our Oreo parfait. So we have some of our crumbled up Oreos from earlier. We have our whole Oreos. We have our chilled cream filling. And we also have some nice fudge. Now, when putting the parfait together, what you want to do is get yourself kind of like a small spoon. You want to try your best not to hit the rim, but if you're making this at home, who cares? So, but if you're doing this to be nice and fancy, you want to try not to hit the rim so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a small layer of the Oreo cookies. And again, you can layer this how you want to, how many layers you want to do. And then you want to take your cream filling and just kind of get it right over the top of the glass. Now you could do your layers as thick or as thin as you like. I like to do a lot of layers because it kind of really looks nice when it's all said and done. And we want to take some cookies again. And you want to make sure you're getting the cookies to the edge of the glass so that way you can see it if you're looking at the glass. And again, these parfaits are perfect to make for your children's sleepover, family come over, holidays, things like that. Then you want to take some more of our cream filling and get it right over the top of the glass, just like so. And again, you don't have to be too neat about it, or it doesn't have to be perfect. They're going to eat it as soon as you make it anyway. And then we're going to go back to some Oreos. All right, and then we're going to finish off with some cream on top. A little bit more. All right, now for your garnish for this, it's very simple. We're going to go ahead, we're going to stick an Oreo right on top. Get you some mint. And we're going to stick that mint in there just like that. And then what you want to do is you want to take your chocolate syrup and or fudge if you like. Take your spoon, kind of just drizzle it right on top. Go over the Oreo a little bit. And there you have it. You have an easy 5-10 minute put together Oreo parfait. Again, the kids love it, guests love it. Super easy. You can do it the night before, take it out and serve it the next day. And it's a great crowd pleaser. All right, guys, while our dessert filling is chilling in the refrigerator, we're going to go ahead and tray up our main course. So we have our Parmesan crusted chicken and our roasted potatoes. And again, this is a super easy, quick dish to make. Really fun if you're trying to teach your kids how to cook in the kitchen. It's very simple. It's very tasty, And you really can't go wrong with the Parmesan crusted chicken. Go ahead and place our vegetables on here. And again, it's a very colorful, eye-popping dish. You got the yellow, the green, the purple, the orange chicken, and the brown potatoes. Again, a crowd pleaser. If you really want to impress family and friends, this is definitely the way to go. I'm gonna take some flat parsley. I'll just simply lay it right on the side of the plate, just like so. And there you have it. You have your Parmesan crusted chicken. And oh, let's not forget, balsamic glaze goes right on top of the vegetables. It's a nice little swirl. And there you have it, Parmesan crusted chicken with balsamic vegetables and roasted potato. Hi guys, again, my name is Jamar Sheffield. I want to thank you so much for joining me today on this show. If you would like to see more of my work, find me on Facebook, Instagram, and you can also visit tastefullyblessed.com. Hey, if you guys enjoyed what we prepared today, please tune in on the next show where I put together a fabulous Mediterranean spread.